afternoon and welcome to this edition of DMS 3000 News Live. It's episode 74 on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Yes, 2 days away from Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a fantastic holiday week as we continue on our special week of shows, of course, with holiday commercials and, of course, some great holiday information that we're going to pass on to you on our special pre-Thanksgiving episode tomorrow on episode 75. So that's going to be very, very beneficial to you if you're preparing a Thanksgiving meal. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, on Thanksgiving Day, we will have some fantastic jokes, some great stories to tell you, and some of the great memories as well. So all of that coming up in the next 3 days should be fun. But today we've got a lot of good stuff for you. So let's see what we have on the plate today. Of course, I am Jason DeCanio, yours truly, host and moderator of this fantastic show that's now on its 74th episode. And today we're going to be talking about, well, I talked about what we were going to talk about yesterday and today. Rosalynn Carter, the former First Lady, the outspoken former First Lady of Jimmy Carter. She passed away at the age of 96. We'll look at her fantastic life. We've got a great article from the New York Times that we found that will kind of hone in on that specific legacy. And we'll definitely give you the information about her wonderful life and what she meant to this fantastic world that she passed away into. Next up is, what is happiness? The science and benefits of feeling happiness. And we should feel happy. This is Thanksgiving week, you know. But if we're kind of depressed, a little bit sad, a little bit angry, a little bit, everything but happy, we're going to give you a great way to go with the science and benefits of feeling happy. Maybe that'll turn things around a little bit for you. But in all retrospect, it's what is happiness and what is true happiness. We can feel happy on the surface, but do we really feel happy inside? That's the question. And here's a great topic for debate that I think I might not get to at the end of the day, but we'll see. Are men better drivers than women? Well, we're going to look at an article that takes the debate out of it. We'll see what happens. What do you think? Great poll if we have one. Who's a better driver, men or women, for that matter? We'll find out with the article later on in the program. Plus, headlines, sports, and other important information. What day is today? And, of course, our motivation of the day as well. And don't forget to check out new episodes of Chilling 3000 Hangouts Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the David 3000 Network. And, of course, new episodes of Wipe Those Tears Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, including tomorrow's episode 11, where we'll be looking at all of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloons. So to Mark Leota, Gianni Pizzi, and, of course, Brandon Bogard, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, same time, same sandbox. And if you'd like to be part of the program, we'll, of course, announce it, of course, later on in the program as well. Okay? So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get ready for the headlines and sports and other important information for today, November 21st, 2023. Israeli cabinet discusses possible deal for Hamas to free some hostages. The cabinet of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was meeting late Tuesday to decide whether to approve a ceasefire deal with Hamas to facilitate the release of some hostages. And CZ, founder of crypto giant Binance, pleads guilty to money laundering violations. Changpeng Zhao agreed to plead guilty to money laundering charges and step down from Binance as part of a sweeping settlement with the Department of Justice and top regulators. North Korea claims it has put a spy satellite into orbit in third attempt. North Korea claimed to have successfully placed a spy satellite into orbit with its third launch attempt this year, demonstrating the nation's determination to build a space-based surveillance system. Palestinians in Israel cite threats, firings, and discrimination after October 7th. Well, at least 20% of Israelis identify as Arab or Palestinian. Many say they have long felt like second-class citizens. The current war has worsened their position in the country, they say. Judge says undated Pennsylvania ballots should count, setting up a likely appeal. Federal judge says mailed ballots that arrived on time but in envelopes without dates, handwritten by Pennsylvania voters, should be counted. The case is likely to end up before the U.S. Supreme Court. Kentucky cut off her Medicaid over a clerical error just days before her surgery. The Medicaid unwinding is in full swing, and thousands of people are being kicked off the rolls due to administrative errors. Kentucky canceled Beverly Likens' coverage, even though she is disabled. Trump, at the age of 77, issues letter lauding his health and weight loss on Biden's 81st birthday. The report, signed by Trump's personal physician, says the GOP frontrunner has lost weight, but it didn't say whether he weighs the same as Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, as Trump has claimed. For the student newly arrived from India, Thanksgiving came to feel like home. She came to the U.S. for grad school. She was lonely, and then came an invitation for Thanksgiving. No turkey, strictly vegan, but a spirit that touched her soul, and her mango lassi was a hit. There you go. Record-breaking Thanksgiving travel will test an already strained aviation system. A humanitarian crisis is brewing near the U.S.-Mexico border. And let's see, Army ants use collective intelligence to build bridges. Robots could learn from them. And as Army ants travel over uneven terrain, they link their bodies together to create bridges, a system that might give engineers insight into controlling robotic swarms. For companies, rehiring a founder can be enticing, but the results are usually worse. After his ouster, it's possible that Open Artificial Intelligence co-founder Sam Altman could join a club of CEOs who return after leaving the company they founded. Research shows such CEOs perform worse than new hires. Border Patrol sending migrants to unofficial camps in California's desert, locals say. Residents of the Southern California border community of Jacumba say hundreds of migrants are dropped off every day at ad hoc sites where conditions are often dire. They call it a humanitarian crisis. Ukrainian hacktivists fight back against Russia as cyber conflict deepens. Russia and Ukraine are fighting a war on multiple fronts, including in cyberspace. A secretive Ukrainian hacktivist group says it is carrying out cyber missions against Russia. A novel prison program for pregnant women and their babies. Minnesota is believed to be the first state that allows some mothers to live outside of prison with their new babies. A fan died of heat at a Taylor Swift concert. It's a rising risk with climate change. The concert in Rio de Janeiro took place during one of the worst heat waves ever in Brazil. The country is in the middle of a record-breaking 6 months of extreme weather. Musk's X sues Media Matters over its report on ads next to hate groups' posts. Elon Musk's social media company X, formerly called Twitter, filed a lawsuit against the liberal advocacy group Media Matters for America on Monday. Italian tribunal sentences more than 200 in crime syndicate. An Italian tribunal convicted 207 people on charges related to their membership in an Italian crime syndicate that is one of the world's most powerful, extensive, and wealthy drug trafficking groups. All 9 aboard the U.S. Navy plane that overshot runway escape injury, Hawaii official says. The P-8A aircraft overshot the runway at a Marine base on Kaneohe Bay. A U.S. Marine Corps spokesperson said he did not have further information. The Gaza war's youngest evacuees reached safety in Egypt, many without their parents. On Monday, 28 newborns were evacuated from Gaza to Egypt after being transported from Al-Shifa Hospital. 4 mothers accompanied the babies. It's not known how many of the other parents are alive. And why a single inverted Jenny stamp sold for $2 million at auction. History, intrigue, and a misprint combined so that a single stamp from 1918 recently sold for big bucks. And there you have it, friends. The headlines for today, November 21st, 2023. All right, let's go to, of course, basketball in the NBA. Some games from last night's run in the in-season tournament, the group stages. They're doing well. Let's see what we have. Well, that's going to start tonight, actually. But yesterday's games, the Bucks defeated the Wizards 142 to 129. In OT, it was the Hornets over the Celtics 121 to 118. The Nuggets beat the Pistons 107 to 103. Clippers over the Spurs 124 to 99. The Pelicans beat the Kings 129 to 93. It was the Heat over the Bulls 118 to 100. Knicks lose to the Timberwolves 117 to 100. And the Warriors beat the Rockets 121 to 116. The in-season tournament group stages again start tonight with the Raptors at the Magic at 7 o'clock. Cavaliers at 76ers at 7:30. The Pacers will go to Atlanta to play the Hawks at 7:30. The Trailblazers will play the Suns at 9 o'clock. And the Jazz and the Lakers tonight at 10 p.m. Going now to NHL. Let's see what's going on there. We have finals on these games for you. It was the Panthers beating the Oilers 5-3. Lightning over the Bruins 5-4 in a shock game. Stars defeated the Rangers 6-3. It was the Predators 4, Avalanche 3. Kings over the Coyotes 4-1. The Canucks beat the Sharks 3-1. And the Flames upset the Kraken in overtime 4-3. Tonight's games have the Oilers at the Hurricanes at 7 o'clock. The Jets will go to Tampa Bay to play the Lightning at 7. Sabres at Capitals at 7. These are tomorrow games. Oh, okay. These are tomorrow games. Devils at Red Wings at 7 tomorrow night. Blackhawks and Blue Jackets at 7. Bruins and Panthers at 7. Rangers and Penguins at 7. The Flyers and the Islanders at 7:30. The Flames and the Predators will go at 9 o'clock. Wow. Blues at the Coyotes at 9. Golden Knights at the Stars at 9:30. Canucks at Avalanche at 10. The Sharks will play the Kraken at 10. And the Canadians will go to Anaheim to play the Ducks at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So no games tonight in hockey. They all take a break. NFL, well, week 11 has come to an end. And boy, oh boy, there was a lot of games and a lot of upsets. Some shocker games too. So let's go one by one and look at them. For week 11 of 18, it was the Ravens over the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. Ravens keep winning and keep doing great. They won 34-20. It was the Browns upsetting the Steelers 13-10. The Dolphins over the Raiders 20-13. Lions take care of the Bears 31-26. It was the Jaguars over the Titans 34-14. Go Jags, man. You guys are really playing fantastic football. Keep on going. Packers over the Chargers 23-20. It was the Texans over the Cardinals 21-16. Cowboys bouncing the Panthers 33-10. It was the Giants upsetting the Commanders 31-19. The 49ers taking care of the Buccaneers, upsetting them in San Francisco 27-14. The Bills trounced the Jets 32-6. Rams take care of the Seahawks 17-16. It was the Broncos getting a win over the Vikings 21-20. And in a stunner, the hot Eagles, that 9-1, upset the Chiefs, the hot Chiefs, 7-3. They beat them 21-17. And that is the end of week 11. Next week's games go to week 12. Woo. Wow. And some important information for you that I would like to pass on to you as well. Remember, if you are shopping this Black Friday, please be careful wherever you decide to stick around and hang out to get those best deals. Don't be like everybody else and trample over and be a crazy person trying to get where you're going with stuff. Because, you want to make sure you get the good deal, but you want to make sure you get out of there alive. So we're hoping that you have a safe Black Friday right after Thanksgiving. Now, that's the important information I have for you tonight. We'll be back when we're going to take a break, and we'll look at what day is today and our first article after that. When we come back, right after this.
America's driving over. America's driving to Firestone. We're with you coast to coast. Firestone. Keep you moving on. on the go now. The driving force is Firestone.
Come on, America. Drive over now to Firestone Tire and Service Center.
Firestone.
What's that great smell? Chicken. Oh, yeah. And stovetop stuffing. Your mom is making stovetop instead of potatoes? The celery, the onions, and all that great stuff? Think I could stay? Sure. Mom, can I eat it too, me?
Yes, but we're having chicken and stovetop.
What time?
8?
What time are you eating? 6, I think. Hello, Mom.
You can never get enough stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes. And to make as little or as much as you want, try stovetop in the canister.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it. With Son of a Gun Protected from STP. If your dash looks dull, shoot it. Your seats are shot, shoot them. Your tires look flat, heck, shoot them too. Don't leave your roof a wreck. Give it some luster. Give your car high caliber protection. With Son of a Gun from STP. Son of a gun, what a difference.
I'm not a complainer, but one thing I've noticed, when I have a headache, Tylenol helps, but sometimes not enough. So when I heard that Excedrin came up with aspirin-free Excedrin, I thought I'd try it. Guess what? It worked better than my extra-strength Tylenol. Headache. I mean, when I can get something that works better on my headache. Why shouldn't I?
From the makers of Excedrin, aspirin-free Excedrin, at last.
Up in the valley of the Jolly Green Giant.
Hi, Sprout. Lovely day, isn't it? Not for packing corn. I hope the Giant's prepared.
Don't worry, Sprout. The Green Giant vacuum packs his special Niblets corn with very little water. That's why his sweet, tender Niblets corn always tastes specially crisp and fresh.
Another perfect day for corn, Mrs. Duck.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
My folks make sure I get a good breakfast. You know, plenty of fiber and all that stuff. Also, they buy me nice school clothes. They got me a computer, a video camera, a compact disc player. But the problem is, hardly any of this stuff can really help me with my schoolwork.
There is something you could have which would help you a lot. Do you know what that is?
No, but I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
Yes. It's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you tell me. I've got a report due tomorrow.
On what?
On the exploration of space.
Take a look at this. From the first beeps of Sputnik to the triumph of the Apollo moon landing.
Hey, I'm impressed. This way, I wouldn't have to worry about getting to the library. It's right in my own home.
Day and night.
All right. Well, since this has turned out to be a Britannica commercial, I guess you're going to tell me how somebody could get a set.
Actually, I thought I might, yeah.
And I suppose you're going to throw one of those 800 numbers up on the screen. Am I right?
Might as well.
And there it is.
To find out how you can own the Encyclopedia Britannica, just call this toll-free number and we'll send you this free booklet telling you everything you need to know about your key to the information age.
I'm typing it into my computer so I won't forget it.
Good. And just for previewing Britannica in your home, your family will receive this 3-volume desk reference set.
Do we get to keep it?
Yes. So if you would be interested in owning the new Britannica,
I'm thinking it over.
just call this number. Encyclopedia Britannica, the library that never closes.
I thought it was my key to the information age.
It's both, actually.
Yes, if you owned an Encyclopedia Britannica, or like I had back in the day, a Funkin' Wagnalls Encyclopedia, you had the magic touch. Because back in the days when we didn't really have computers to rely on to get our information, that's where we went. So, Britannica, Funkin' Wagnalls, we thank you for your time here on the earth. But now you are winding up in libraries all over the place, still, hopefully, with your updated information. All right, let's go to what day is today. We have that ready to go. I've found 2 fantastic holidays that you are just dying to look at and just ready to go. Today is National Stuffing Day. Yes. You know, stuffing is a major player in the world of Thanksgiving. Let's face it, chicken and turkey can pop up at any time of the year. But when we want to dress those birds up, there's just no substitute for some good old carby filling. Even better, stuffing comes in all shapes and sizes. There are no hard and fast rules about what constitutes it. It can be bread, any kind of bread, rice, quinoa, and even matzo. There's only one hard and fast stuffing roll. Mix some ingredients, stuff it inside a cavity of another food item, and voila! Make no bones about it. It's delicious. And that's why on this day, November 21st, we celebrate National Stuffing Day. Now, the first stuffing actually made its debut in the 2nd century BC with Much Ado About Stuffing. A chef named Apicius created recipes for stuffed rabbit, chicken, and even dormouse in his cookbook, Apicius de Coquinaria. What a name! Coquinaria. Apicius de Coquinaria. Coquinaria. Wow. That'll be for the bloopers, you know what I mean? Yeah. 1836, turkey tradition. Stuffing turkey became a regular staple for the Thanksgiving Day meal, so they didn't start stuffing the bird until 1836. Then 1972, making Thanksgiving more delicious. Ruth Symes made life easier and turkey more delicious with stovetop stuffing, which we just had a commercial for. 1972 is when stovetop stuffing made its debut. November 21st, 2005 is when they officially deemed this National Stuffing Day. Seems to have started in 2005 as a promotion for stuffing and is now observed annually with great zeal. Yes, so what are we going to do today? We're going to have a stuffing tasting party. Invite friends or family to come for a stuffing tasting party. Not only can others pre-test their stuffing, but also a whole group of people can benefit from it. Plus, whoever argued with getting to try lots of stuffing varieties, who knows, one of your friends might have your next great holiday recipe. And there's a whole world of stuffing out there, and yet we only tend to make it for the holidays. Today's the day to stray away from that boring turkey stuffing and try some of the other varieties. If anyone in your family turns up their noses, tell them you made it all for yourself and you're not sharing. And go back into vintage Julia Child land and watch her make stuffing. Go to your favorite food bloggers page and see what heroes she has kicking in the recipe department. There's no shortage of places to look for stuffing inspiration, so get onto that internet and go crazy. And why we love National Stuffing Day? Well, with Thanksgiving just around the corner, today is the day to perfect your stuffing recipe. Make a traditional apple and onion stuffing. Use today to hone your ratios of caramelized onions to tart apples to thyme. Or if you're hosting a holiday for the first time, test that fabulous stuffing recipe before it's too late. Do you want a simple formula for making stuffing? Well, here it is. Start with a grain, add liquid and or fat, spices and herbs, and something with flavor and texture. For example, start with cooked rice. Add chicken stock, season with thyme, garlic, marjoram, salt, and pepper, and add dried cherries and cranberries with a sprinkling of chopped walnuts. Stuff the whole mixture into pork chops, and you have stuffed pork chops. Are you more of a traditionalist? Well, start with cubed stale bread. Add turkey stock and melted butter. Throw in some rosemary and parsley, and cube some apples for texture. Mix together and stuff the entire mixture into your favorite member of the fowl family. Roast and relax until dinner is ready. And with the holidays on the way, you're going to need some serious refrigerator space. Stuffing is a great way to use up some of the leftovers, taking up valuable refrigerator real estate. Take those croutons left over from last week's salad, a little butter, those sad-looking celery stalks, and half an onion, and mix it together using a little hot water and stuff them into those red peppers that are going to go bad if you don't use them soon. Pop the whole thing into a casserole dish and with a little olive oil on top and bake it in a hot oven, and no one will ever guess that last night's leftovers have become tonight's dinner. You're a culinary superstar. Yes. And there you have it. National Stuffing Day. And why not? Look at this great, yummy holiday. National Gingerbread Cookie Day. Yay! Yes. We celebrate National Gingerbread Cookie Day annually today on November 21st. It's the perfect time to celebrate as the holiday season is not too far away. Gingerbread cookies instantly make us feel warm and cozy. They're tasty, and no amount of cookies will be enough. Their rich flavor profile makes you want to keep going back for more. Gingerbread cookies come in all shapes and sizes, but gingerbread man cookies are the most popular ones. So gingerbread has been around for centuries. The ancient Greeks and Egyptians often used gingerbread for ceremonial purposes. Later in the 11th century, Crusaders brought ginger into Europe from the Middle East. It was in the 16th century that gingerbread figural biscuits made their first appearance. Queen Elizabeth I of England asked her staff to make gingerbread figures that looked like the foreign dignitaries and other guests of honor, and later presented them in the likeness of some of her very important guests. In England, gingerbread biscuits were also sold around the 17th century in monasteries, pharmacies, and farmers' markets. In certain places like Nuremberg and Pulsnitz in Germany, it is regarded as an art form. The German version of gingerbread cookies is known as Lebkuchen, and has been around for over 400 years. These are often heart-shaped and decorated with names and messages of love written in icing. Gingerbread cookies are also highly regarded as art in Turan in Poland, Tula in Russia, Pest in Hungary, Pardubus in Prague in the Czech Republic, and Lyon in France, or Lyon in France. Later, as years went by, gingerbread tied with ribbons became a popular feature at local fairs and were even exchanged as a token of love. Now, gingerbread cookies are popular in many Western countries and especially baked around the holiday season. You can make a house cake, biscuits, or simply cookies and munch your way through it during the holidays and soak in the warm and spicy flavors. Yes, here's the timeline for National Gingerbread Cookie Day. The 16th century, the gingerbread houses. People decorate gingerbread houses with foil and gold leaves. 1812, Hansel and Gretel. Gingerbread houses become a fixture in Europe with the introduction of the Hansel and Gretel story. 1930s, cookies for Santa Claus. The tradition of leaving cookies and milk out for Santa Claus begins. And then in 2013, the world's largest gingerbread house. A club in Texas gets the Guinness World Record for having the world's largest gingerbread house. Wow. There you go. And what are you going to do today for your activities? Well, you're going to bake a huge batch of gingerbread cookies. During the holiday season, get your family together and bake a giant batch of gingerbread cookies. You can use some for home and give some to family or friends. Moreover, you can donate gingerbread cookies to homeless shelters so everyone can feel a part of the festivities and traditions. Everyone makes round, star-shaped, or gingerbread men cookies, so be a little different. You can experiment with the shapes, ingredients, mold them into little animal or tree shapes, switch up some ingredients, and add your unique flavor. And host a gingerbread cookie theme party. Christmas time calls for celebrations, so why not host a party? Make the theme gingerbread, where the hero of the party is multiple dishes made of gingerbread like cake, cookies, biscuits, etc. And here are 5 facts about gingerbread you didn't know. The term gingerbread was originally used to refer to preserved ginger. Nuremberg in Germany is known as the gingerbread capital of the world. At one time, only Catholic monks made European gingerbreads in the shape of angels and saints. And there's a life-size gingerbread house at the Ritz-Carlton Dove Mountain in Tucson, Arizona. And finally, you take gingerbread in your palm and make a wish, then you break it. And if it breaks into 3 pieces, your wish will come true. And why we love National Gingerbread Cookie Day? Well, the minute we think of gingerbread cookies, we think of Christmas. They're made during the holiday season and are perfect for the weather as well. It's an age-old tradition. People still enjoy it just as much, and it keeps the festive spirit alive. Gingerbread cookies are super delicious and will always leave you feeling like one isn't enough. Kids and adults enjoy them, and the cinnamon, nutmeg, molasses, and the other spices make it rich, warm, and spicy. And finally, gingerbread cookies are fun to eat and make. You can mold the cookies in whatever shape you feel like, be it little gingerbread men, circles, or stars, and you can even use them to decorate gingerbread houses. Nicely done. There you have it, folks. 2 great holidays celebrated today to spark your fancy, bringing you right into Thanksgiving Day in 2 days. Well, when we come back, we'll start our look at the first of 3 articles and give you all of the great information and, of course, the legacy of Rosalind Carter, the outspoken first lady who passed away yesterday at the age of 96. We'll be right back.
You ever notice you can't really smell your own breath?
Hi, Tim. Problem, Tim?
You can smell other people's breath, but not your own, even though it's right under your nose. So you search for fresh, clean breath, or face the consequences.
Hey, guys.
Want fresh, clean breath? Get the only mint with Redson, and be certain with Certs.
Ragu introduces Chicken Tonight simmer sauces, and suddenly everybody's saying,
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight, chicken tonight.
Choose from 4 new sauces. Each one's made with real vegetables and herbs, so you can make dishes like country French chicken and chicken cacciatore. Just brown the chicken, simmer, and serve.
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight,
New Chicken Tonight simmer sauces from Ragu.
chicken tonight.
This Kenmore microwave oven with variable power can defrost and cook your Thanksgiving turkey.
Kenmore can?
Kenmore can.
Kenmore can.
And right now, you can save $60 on this Kenmore microwave with electronic scan control and temperature probe.
I can save $60?
It's specially priced at $379.95. Aren't you ready for a microwave?
Yes, I am.
Make it a Kenmore. Solid as Sears.
Nacho, nacho, nacho man, yeah. I've got to be a nacho man. Got to be a nacho, nacho man. I've got to be a nacho man. Always so popular, always in demand.
Hey, just add Old El Paso to Old El Paso. Top, and 3 minutes later, you're a
Nacho, nacho, nacho man.
Old El Paso, where it's easy to be nacho.
Please pass the all fruit.
Pass the Polaner all fruit.
Pass the Polana all fruit.
Would you please pass the jelly?
Polaner all fruit is real fruit, sweetened only with fruit juice. You'll call it delicious, you'll call it remarkable, but please, don't dare call it jelly. Polaner all fruit, the spreadable fruit.
Welcome back to DMS 3000 News Live. It is episode 74 on this Tuesday afternoon, November 21st, 2023. If you're joining us right now for the first time, you missed a pretty good first half where we gave you some great holiday of today. But, of course, every day we give you a great what is today. So you'll definitely catch it later here. And, of course, you can always watch our show after in the archives because once this recording ends, it goes on YouTube for future playback at any given time. All right. Well, our first article today is the passing of Rosalind Carter, the former First Lady, who passed away at the age of 96. She died on Sunday, actually. She didn't die yesterday. But she was the outspoken wife and the closest advisor to Jimmy Carter during his one term as U.S. president and their 4 decades thereafter as global humanitarians. This article was written by Bill Barrow and Michael Warren on November 19, 2023 for APnews.com. The Carter Center said she died Sunday after living with dementia and suffering many months of declining health. The statement said she died peacefully with her family by her side at 2:10 p.m. at her rural Georgia home of Plains. Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished, the former president said in the statement. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. President Joe Biden called the Carters an incredible family because they brought so much grace to the office. He had this great integrity, still does, and she did too, Biden told reporters as he was boarding Air Force One on Sunday night after an event in Norfolk, Virginia. God bless them. Biden said he spoke to the family and was told that Jimmy Carter was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. Later, the White House released a joint statement from the president and First Lady Jill Biden saying that Carter inspired the nation. She was a champion for equal rights and opportunities for women and girls, an advocate for mental health and wellness for every person, and a supporter of the often unseen and uncompensated caregivers of our children, aging loved ones, and people with disabilities. Reaction from the world leaders poured in throughout the day. The Carters were married for more than 77 years, forging what they both described as a full partnership. And unlike many previous First Ladies, Rosalind sat in on cabinet meetings, spoke out on controversial issues, and represented her husband on foreign trips. Aides to President Carter sometimes refer to her privately as co-president. Rosalind is my best friend, the perfect extension of me, probably the most influential person in my life, Jimmy Carter told aides during their White House years, which spanned from 1977 to 1981. The former president, now 99, remains at the couple's home in Plains after entering hospice care himself in February. Fiercely loyal and compassionate, as well as politically astute, Rosalind Carter prided herself on being an activist first lady, and no one doubted her behind-the-scenes influence. When her role in a highly publicized cabinet shakedown became known, she was forced to declare publicly, "I am not running the government." Many presidential aides insisted that her political instincts were better than her husband's. They often enlisted her support for a project before they discussed it with the president. Her iron will contrasted with her outwardly shy demeanor, and a soft Southern accent inspired Washington reporters to call her the Steel Magnolia. Both Carters said in their later years that Rosalind had always been the more political of the two. And after Jimmy Carter's landslide defeat in 1980, it was she, not the former president, who contemplated an implausible comeback, and years later she confessed in missing their life in Washington. Jimmy Carter trusted her so much that in 1977, only months into his term, he sent her on a mission to Latin America to tell dictators he meant what he said about denying military aid and other support to violators of human rights. She also had strong feelings about the style of the Carter White House. The Carters did not serve hard liquor at public functions, though Rosalind did permit U.S. wine. There were fewer evenings of ballroom dancing and more square dancing and picnics. Throughout her husband's political career, she chose mental health and problems of the elderly as her signature policy emphasis. When the news media didn't cover those efforts as much as she believed was warranted, she criticized reporters for writing only about sexy subjects. As honorary chairwoman of the President's Commission on Mental Health, she once testified before a Senate subcommittee, becoming the first lady since Eleanor Roosevelt to address a congressional panel. She was back in Washington in 2007 to push Congress for improved mental health coverage, saying, "We've been working on this for so long, it finally seems to be in reach." She said she developed her interest in mental health during her husband's campaigns for Georgia governor. "I used to come home and say to Jimmy, 'Why are people telling me their problems?' And he said, 'Because you may be the only person they'll ever see who may be close to someone who can help them,'" she explained. And after Ronald Reagan won the 1980 election, Rosalind Carter seemed more visibly devastated than her husband. She initially had little interest in returning to the small town of Plains, where they were both born, married, and spent most of their lives. I was hesitant, not at all sure that I could be happy here after the dazzle of the White House and the years of stimulating political battles. She wrote in her 1984 autobiography, First Lady from Plains. But we slowly rediscovered the satisfaction of a life we had long before. After leaving Washington, Jimmy and Rosalind co-founded the Carter Center in Atlanta to continue their work. She chaired the center's annual symposium on mental health issues and raised funds for efforts to aid the mentally ill and homeless. She also wrote Helping Yourself, Help Others, about the challenges of caring for elderly or ailing relatives, and a sequel, Helping Someone with Mental Illness. Frequently, the Carters left home on humanitarian missions, building houses with Habitat for Humanity, and promoting public health and democracy across the developing world. I get tired, she said of her travels, but something so wonderful always happens. To go to a village where they have guinea worm and go back a year or two later and there's no guinea worm, I mean, the people dance and sing. It's so wonderful. In 2015, Jimmy Carter's doctors discovered 4 small tumors on his brain. The Carters feared he had weeks to live. He was treated with a drug to boost his immune system and later announced that doctors found no remaining signs of cancer. But when they first received the news, she said she didn't know what she was going to do. I depend on him when I have questions, when I am writing speeches, anything. I consult with him, she said. She helped Carter recover several years later when he had hip replacement surgery at age 94 and had to learn to walk again. And she was with him earlier this year when he decided after a series of hospital stays that he would forego further medical interventions and begin end-of-life care. Jimmy Carter is the longest-lived U.S. president. Rosalind Carter was the second longest-lived of the nation's first ladies, trailing only Bess Truman, who died at age 97. Eleanor Rosalind Smith was born in Plains on August 18, 1927, the eldest of 4 children. Her father died when she was young, so she took on much of the responsibility of caring for her siblings when her mother went to work part-time. She also contributed to the family income by working after school in a beauty parlor. We were very poor and worked hard. She once said, but she kept up her studies, graduating from high school as class valedictorian. She soon fell in love with the brother of one of her best friends. Jimmy and Rosalind had known each other all their lives. It was Jimmy's mother, Nurse Lillian Carter, who delivered baby Rosalind, but he left for the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, when she was still in high school. After a blind date, Jimmy told his mother, "That's the girl I want to marry." They wed in 1946, shortly after his graduation from Annapolis and Rosalind's graduation from Georgia Southwestern College. Their sons were born where Jimmy Carter was stationed: John William Jack in Portsmouth, Virginia in 1947, James Earl III, Chip, in Honolulu in 1950, and Donnell Jeffrey, Jeff, in New London, Connecticut in 1952. Amy was born in Plains in 1967. By then, Carter was a state senator. Navy life had provided Rosalind her first chance to see the world. When Carter's father, James Earl Sr., died in 1953, Jimmy Carter decided, without consulting his wife, to move the family back to Plains, where he took over the family farm. She joined him there in the day-to-day operations, keeping the books and weighing fertilizer trucks. We developed a partnership when we were working in the farm supply business. Rosalind Carter recalled with pride in a 2021 interview that the Associated Press says, "I knew more on paper about the business than he did. He would take my advice about things." At the height of Carter's political power, Lillian Carter said of her daughter-in-law, "She can do anything in the world with Jimmy, and she's the only one. He listens to her." Ceremonies celebrating the life of Rosalind Carter will take place after the Thanksgiving holiday in Atlanta and Sumter County, Georgia. the Carter Center announced Sunday evening. The repose on November 27th at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum is open to the public. A private funeral and interment will take place on November 29th, but the services will be broadcast on TV and streamed online, the center said. And there you have it, folks. Rosalynn Carter, outspoken former First Lady, has passed. Jimmy Carter is now the lone survivor of that relationship. And will he continue on in hospice? Well, he will. But will he make it through to that 100th birthday? Only time will tell. All right, when we come back, we're going to look at what is happiness, the science and benefits of feeling happy, and then we'll have that fantastic debate on, are men better drivers than women? All of this and coming up more on the second half of DMS 3000 News Live right after this.
To millions of women, Butterball is much more than a turkey. It's peace of mind for cooks who know all about turkeys, and especially for those who don't. And it's a promise of tenderness, juiciness, and flavor that comes from careful selection, preparation, and deep basting. With not butter, but our special vegetable oil recipe. The Butterball Swift's Premium Turkey. Years of perfect holiday dinners wrapped up in a name. This is no ordinary meal. This is the holiday feast. And it's no place for an ordinary turkey. This is the place for the taste as special as the foods that go with it, the Butterball turkey. You know the Butterball turkey will be tender, juicy, better than just good. It's a feast itself. The Butterball Swift's Premium Turkey. It belongs to this special day.
So just pick the 4 friends you want to call. We're all set.
Wait, he can only make unlimited calls to 4 people?
Yeah.
But I have 5 close friends.
I think you may have miscounted.
No, I know how many friends I have. There's Jason and Alex and Rob and Eric and Barry. 4 friends?
That's right.
Talk all you want to anyone in the country for just $40 a month. Metro PCS.
Hello, hello, hello.
Permission to speak freely.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with Chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet and Chia Tree are available at Kmart, Rite Aid, Ames, and Woolworth. Makes a great gift.
Structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.D. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.D. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. They've helped thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. Get long-term payments, but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
There's a new way to have turkey this Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It comes stuffed full of good things. It's boneless, so it's easy to carve. And it's made out of ice cream. Introducing the Thanksgiving Turkey Ice Cream Cake from Carvel. Buy one now and get 4 little gobblers for only $4 more. Buy a turkey cake and get 4 little gobblers for $4.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. What is happiness? Well, the science and benefits of feeling happy. We're going to look at that right now and give you all of the lowdown on it. Carla Walsh is the author of this interesting book on what is happiness. And let me take off the banner here real quick so that we can all look at the article and take a look at it. And it was medically reviewed by Ashley Matskevich. This was also on June 21st of 2021. So here's a look at what science says about happiness, its health benefits, and what experts suggest for feeling more of those positive vibes. Most people want to be happy. Adding more smiles to your life can affect so many aspects of your life. Happiness impacts physical, emotional, and mental health, according to the 2017 research in applied psychology, health, and well-being. But what exactly does it mean to be happy? Psychologists tend to define happiness as a person's subjective well-being. In other words, how people personally judge the quality of their own lives, explains Heather Lyons, a licensed psychologist and owner of the Baltimore Therapy Group in Townsend, Maryland. These are the happiness secrets psychologists wish you knew. And you can click on that and that'll take you to another area. There is no one concept of happiness that applies to every individual, says Sherry Benton, the Golden, Colorado-based founder and chief science officer of the online therapy resource TAO Connect. In general, it is a feeling of contentment or satisfaction with life, she says. Biologically, happiness seems to be connected to the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter involved in the feelings of pleasure. Things do not need to be perfect to make us happy, and pursuing perfection in our lives can actually make us less happy. Happiness is more of a skill than we can work on every day by actively choosing thoughts, connections, and beliefs that make us feel good, Benton says. And these are the 10 keys to true happiness. But it's important to note that fleeting moments like a promotion, a raise, or a new pair of walking shoes might feel good or happy for a few moments or even a few weeks. But, says Benton, if we focus on pursuing something external, there are no long-term benefits when it comes to our happiness. She adds, we can actually hurt our sense of happiness because we will always want more and never be truly content. And as you can see, there's a happy person. But is she happy on the inside? Great smile and everything. Eyes closed, focusing on something, external extremities. But is she truly happy on the inside? We don't know. Only she could tell us, this person. But here's how to measure it. Since it's a feeling or a state of being rather than a condition, you can't simply take a blood test or get a body scan that will confirm you're X% happy. To kick off your overall understanding of your personal happiness levels, Lyons suggests asking yourself 3 questions. Am I living in alignment with my values? Am I prioritizing important relationships? And do I feel as though my relationships are reciprocal and supportive? Am I spending time to stop and appreciate my blessings? P.S. Here are gratitude quotes that will remind you to reflect on the good. Researchers need an objective definition of happiness for their scientific investigations of happiness. That being said, one of the things that we know from research on happiness is that personal definitions of happiness can actually help determine how happy someone is. The simpler someone's definition of happiness, or the less it takes to be happy, the more likely the person is to be happy. You can be dissatisfied with small parts of life and still be happy overall, says Sonia Lombronsky, distinguished professor of psychology at the University of California, Riverside, and the author of The How of Happiness. Happiness is correlated throughout the different domains of life, she says. So if you're feeling unenthused and uninspired at the job you do 5 out of 7 days per week, chances are those negative sentiments might sneak into your interactions with your family or friends. When people are struggling to know how happy they are, Lombronsky suggests completing a subjective happiness measure. She believes in the effectiveness of this so much, in fact, that she created her own, the subjective happiness scale. Rate 4 items on a scale of 1 to 7, and it can give you an estimate of your general joy levels. Based on her research, the average for working adults was around 5.6. And there are dozens of other surveys and questionnaires that can also help measure your happiness, including the 1 to 10 happiness scale, the happiness index, University of Pennsylvania authentic happiness inventory, and that happiness skill quiz. Lombronsky and her team at the Positive Activities and Wellbeing Laboratory have discovered or have learned from other researchers in related labs that those who are happier tend to have higher incomes, produce better work on the job, have more satisfying and longer marriages, have stronger social support, more friends and richer social interactions, live longer lives, and be more self-confident, creative, and charitable. But seriously, who wouldn't be happy with all those great things? Keep in mind that these are great things that are associated with people who say they are happy. They aren't necessarily the route to or reason for happiness. Of course, some of the things on this list would naturally predispose people to feel happier as well. It's not always clear how all these factors, like supportive friends or work productivity, are related to each other, but it's often true that feeling good about life makes it easier to make good decisions in life, like exercising more or eating healthy. For example, young adults who were more grateful throughout their daily life not only reported that they were happier, but also had more nutritious eating habits, according to August 2018 research in the Journal of Experimental Psychology. And doing random acts of kindness might even impact immune cells that are involved with lower risk for certain diseases, per an April 2016 study published in Emotion. I think it's probably also important to make the point that socioeconomic status is also a factor. So, what you can do today to feel happier? Well, just as there's no one group that can define what happiness is for all humans, there's no single path to happiness. It varies from person to person, but researchers tend to agree that the following 5 things can help you feel happier overall. Saving time to reflect on what you're grateful for, thinking, talking, or writing positively about yourself, being kind to others, living according to your values, and relishing positive experiences and allowing yourself to feel pleasure in those moments. To help with practicing gratitude, Benton recommends keeping a daily gratitude list. And here's how a gratitude journal can bring happiness, if you like writing journals, of course. Write down the things you're thankful for, no matter how big or small they are. You can actually change the neural connections in your brain to increase the frequency of positive thoughts, she says. Check out these products on Amazon to invest in your mental health and feel happier. Lombronsky admits that she notices the biggest mood boost when she can connect with others. Strengthening connections makes me feel happier, especially social interactions with people who make me feel understood. It's hard during the pandemic, but phone and video conversations still work if in-person meetings aren't safe, she says. So schedule a Zoom happy hour or an email or text a friend or a loved one. Even random positive conversations with the person checking out your groceries can boost dopamine levels. And if you feel stuck, Liam Brodsky suggests setting a goal per week, say reaching out to 3 different people outside of your household. Discover 6 more surprising happiness boosters. So, what you can and can't control about happiness. Some of happiness is influenced by genetics and life circumstances. Social injustice, childhood or other trauma, socioeconomic inequality, and emotional distress are real and can be significant barriers to happiness. However, daily acts and ways of thinking may help increase or decrease your happiness. So ask yourself, do you tend to ruminate over what goes wrong or express gratitude for someone or for what's going right? Do you connect with those in your circle or tend to isolate? And do you step outside to catch some fresh air or stay indoors most often? Your external circumstances do play a role, but Lyons says you can noticeably move the needle if you try. Psychologists are fortunate enough to have access to lots of research on happiness. One finding that I try to hold on to is that the success doesn't cause happiness. Rather, happiness causes success, Lyons says. When we're happy, we learn more. We're more oriented towards growth, and our social networks are broader. These are the factors that lead to success. Let me repeat that. These are the factors that lead to success. And this reminds me to invest in my happiness rather than spending so much time investing in work. So, the time and impact on your overall functioning are the 2 main criteria psychologists use to determine when it's time to seek help. If you've noticed you've been feeling sad or down, off, or having difficulty experiencing happiness consistently for 2 weeks, seek help. Or if these feelings have made it difficult to attend to your responsibilities at work, school, or home, this might be a sign of a diagnosable concern like depression, Lyons says. Learn more about the difference between psychologist versus psychiatrist and check out how to find mental health therapists, even though... No, I didn't fall asleep. No. Sorry, David, you were not on the page there. Nope. So if you or someone you know has had thoughts of self-harm or suicide, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255, which provides 24/7 free confidential support for people in distress. And there you have it. Thank you, Carla Walsh, for a fantastic article on what is happiness and the science and health benefits of it. We'll be right back with more of DMS 3000 News Live right after this.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 a.m. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Thanksgiving is my favorite time of year. Time with family, good food, and reflect on the crop's bounties and give gratitude for our many blessings. Mom, why are you talking like that? What do you mean, dear? I always talk like this. Naturally. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Janice, get off your phone and help, please. I'm helping. Oh, look, cubed ham for Thanksgiving. Well, I wanted to be more creative this year because you know we're a creative family, and so I decided to do Thanksgiving tapas. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Where's the turkey? It's here, in tapas form. We have turkey rolls, turkey balls, turkey burgers, turkey sliders, turkey tots. Gabble, gabble. Should I keep putting toothpicks in this Jell-O? Can we please go sit in front of the TV and eat like a normal family? Awesome. Thanksgiving with toothpicks. Janice! This cheese isn't gonna cube itself? Hole in one. Hey, high five for Dad. Anyone? What is this, the Great Depression? I'm starving. Nurse! Grandpa, I'm not a nurse. Oh, you're the insurance one. That outfit's confusing. Did I mention I'm trying out for a reality TV show? What's it called? Old and Single? We should watch the parade together, like old times.
What's a man gotta do to get a hot plate?
Okay, my turkey balls are almost ready to come out of the oven. I used an eyedropper to baste them. Isn't that creative? Flo wears the same outfit every day. It's an insult to my creativity. Sorry, they were all out of tube tops at the gas station.
Creativity, you say? I could turn any tablecloth into a toga.
I'm creative with where I leave my socks. What is wrong with you? Oh dear, my turkey balls. Who wants to help me in the kitchen? I'll race you, race you, race you. Really, we're just a normal family. A normal, crazy family. No, dear. We say creative, not crazy, right? Sure. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours.
Why is there sticks in this food?
Because it's Thanksgiving tapas!
Imagine a world where time drifts slowly. A world where music carries you away. Experience Pure Moods, the perfect soundtrack for your way of life. Direct from Europe, this multi-platinum collection has won the hearts of millions. Set adrift with the timeless pleasures of Tubular Bells. Or take a trip into the unknown with the X-Files theme. No other collection gives you the feeling of Pure Moods. To order Pure Moods, call the number on your screen or send check or money order for the amount shown, plus shipping and handling. Rush delivery available. Call now.
You know, I can still remember the very first candy given to me by my grandfather. It was Werther's Original, and I was 4. I had a little trouble opening that shiny golden wrapper, but then, well, I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy and just plain good. But there was something else, too. I remember feeling I must be somebody very special when my grandpa gave me his wonderful butter candy. So, now I'm the grandfather. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? He's somebody special, too.
Okay, the way we see it, CERT is the new way to fall asleep. Counting sheep, the old way. Look, the CERTA Perfect Sleeper. Supreme comfort, gets me to sleep fast. Counting sheep, slow, boring. Solution, you gotta be new, now, happening.
Any suggestions?
Gonna put you to sleep, gonna put you to sleep with the sheep, with the sleep, and there's no OP. Gonna put you to sleep with a sleep that's deep.
You'll feel the difference the moment you lie down. CERTA, we make the world's best mattress.
What towers over Manhattan? Fits into a shopping bag. And is only at Macy's. Snoopy. He's cuddly. He's playful. And he's yours at all Macy's. A $32 value. Yours for just $10.95 with any $50 purchase or more.
Snoopy, a part of our life.
And speaking of Snoopy and the balloons for Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, don't forget to check out the bottom of the screen here where you can check out new episodes of Wipe Those Tears every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on StreamYard via the David 3000 Network, where me and Gianni Pizzi, Brandon Bogard, and of course Mark Leota talk about anything and everything and give grades on the tier system of the specific topic. And tomorrow night's topic will be our pre-Thanksgiving show. We'll be talking about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloons that graced all of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades from the very beginning to the time right now. We'll give you the grading system on all of those tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. It's a little break from the NES games, so if you'd like to be a part of the show tomorrow, drop us a line at the David 3000 Network, either to David St. Dennis or to myself, and you can come on and definitely grade some balloons with us. And then, of course, the following week, we'll go back to our NES games and try to get on the track where we've been with that particular topic for the last 7 or 8 weeks. All right. So all of that tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We'll give you more information towards the end of the program. Okay. Now, the question of the day is, are men better drivers than women? Well, depends on who you ask and at what given moment. Do we always have to figure these things out? But if you're the kind of person that wants to know, if you're a guy, you would say, yeah, guys are better drivers than women. Of course, the women would say differently. Well, we're going to look at that right now. We're going to share the screen. So let's bring up this article about, are men better drivers than women? And who to give us this interview or this article is Emily D'Annunzio from Emily D'Annunzio. March 25th, 2022. The never-ending debate might be over. Most people agree that being a good driver means being safe and not aggressive on the road. One debate some people still argue, however, is who drives better, men or women? And although it's impossible to say that one gender drives better than another differently, there are some noteworthy trends. Well, data from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows that male drivers tend to have more total accidents than females. The IIHS, or the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, an independent nonprofit dedicated to reducing car accidents, also found that 71% of all motor vehicle crash deaths in 2017 were males. And although the gap has narrowed almost every year from 1975 to 2017, the number of male crash deaths were more than twice the number of female crash deaths per IIHS, or the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Okay? Now, the same trend holds true even if you factor in age. The number of driver fatal crashes involvements in 2017 were 53% higher for males than for females. Plus, more men between the ages of 16 and 29 have fatal crashes than females in the same age group. This is only slightly higher for those 30 and older. The difference is largest among male and female drivers between 20 and 29. The study authors attribute these differences to men typically driving longer distances than women and engaging in risky practices like speeding or drinking and driving, Vice reports. Everyone should also avoid these 13 other things you shouldn't be doing in your car. Women might be less confident behind the wheel, and although male drivers have more accidents, other research shows women aren't perfect drivers either. Researchers from the University of Michigan's Transportation Research Institute studied traffic accidents over 20 years and found that female drivers are more likely to run into a car driven by another woman than a man. The study, however, doesn't explain possible reasons for this pattern. There is a reason for this trend. That's the most common car crash cause in the United States. One that they might consider testing in the future is that some research also shows women are less confident behind the wheel than men. A study from the UCLA exploring the relationship between new drivers' skills and different variables, including gender, shows female students were less confident drivers than men, but both received almost the same score from driving instructors. So, are men better drivers than women? Well, gender is just one factor when it comes to safe driving, along with others such as age and even the time of day people drive. One study shows that both genders have a greater accident risk when driving at night, but males still have a higher risk at all times of the day. Driving quality also changes based on location too, as some states are more dangerous than others. Data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration shows that Wyoming, Mississippi, and Montana have high accident death rates without regards to gender. It goes to show that everyone should learn and practice safe driving habits instead of worrying about who drives better. And no matter who you are or where you live, Everyone who drives should know the 15 things you should do within 10 minutes of having a car accident. And there you have it. Emily DeNuzzo is a former staff writer at Reader's Digest. There's a 90% chance Emily is drinking tea right now, but when she's not writing about food and health with a cuppa by her side, you can find her lifting at the gym, listening to Murder Mystery podcasts, and liking one too many astrology memes. There you go. All right. Thank you, Emily, for that fantastic article about who drives better, men or women, for that matter. 5:15 right now. When we come back, we got some fun humor for you, and of course our motivation of the day to wrap up this fantastic 74th episode of DMS 3000 News Live. We'll be right back right after this.
America's driving over. America's driving to Firestone. We're with you close to come, Firestone. Keep you moving on the go now. The driving force is Firestone.
Come on, America. Drive over now to Firestone Tire and Service Center.
Firestone.
What's that great smell? Chicken. Oh, yeah. And stovetop stuffing. Your mom is making stovetop instead of potatoes? The celery, the onions, and all that great stuff? Think I could stay? Sure. Mom, can I eat it too, me?
Yes, but we're having chicken and stovetop.
What time?
8.
What time are you eating? 6, I think. Hello, Mom.
You can never get enough stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes. And to make as little or as much as you want, try stovetop in the canister.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it. With Son of a Gun Protected from STP. If your dash looks dull, shoot it. Your seats are shot, shoot them. Your tires look flat, heck, shoot them too. Don't leave your roof a wreck. Give it some luster. Give your car high caliber protection. With Son of a Gun from STP. Son of a gun, what a difference.
I'm not a complainer, but one thing I've noticed, when I have a headache, Tylenol helps, but sometimes not enough. So when I heard that Excedrin came up with aspirin-free Excedrin, I thought I'd try it. Guess what? It worked better than my extra-strength Tylenol. Headache. I mean, when I can get something that works better on my headache. Why shouldn't I?
From the makers of Excedrin, aspirin-free Excedrin, at last.
In the valley of the Jolly Green Giant.
Hi, Sprout. Lovely day, isn't it? Not for packing corn. I hope the Giant's prepared.
Don't worry, Sprout. The Green Giant vacuum packs his special Niblets corn with very little water. That's why his sweet, tender Niblets corn always tastes specially crisp and fresh.
Another perfect day for corn, Mrs. Duck.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
My folks make sure I get a good breakfast. You know, plenty of fiber and all that stuff. Also, they buy me nice school clothes. They got me a computer, a video camera, a compact disc player. But the problem is, hardly any of this stuff can really help me with my schoolwork.
There is something you could have which would help you a lot. Do you know what that is?
No, but I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
Yes. It's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you tell me. I've got a report due tomorrow.
On what?
On the exploration of space.
Take a look at this. From the first beeps of Sputnik to the triumph of the Apollo moon landing.
Hey, I'm impressed. This way, I wouldn't have to worry about getting to the library. It's right in my own home.
Day and night.
All right. Well, since this has turned out to be a Britannica commercial, I guess you're going to tell me how somebody could get a set.
Actually, I thought I might, yeah.
And I suppose you're going to throw one of those 800 numbers up on the screen. Am I right?
Might as well.
And there it is.
To find out how you can own the Encyclopedia Britannica, just call this toll-free number and we'll send you this free booklet telling you everything you need to know about your key to the information age.
I'm typing it into my computer so I won't forget it.
Good. And just for previewing Britannica in your home, your family will receive this 3-volume desk reference set.
Do we get to keep it?
Yes. So if you would be interested in owning the new Britannica...
I'm thinking it over.
Just call this number. Encyclopedia Britannica, the library that never closes.
I thought it was my key to the information age.
It's both, actually.
and I wound up getting Funkin' Wagnalls for my encyclopedia, unfortunately. I wish I had Britannica. Oh, well. Welcome back to DMS 3000 News Live, episode 74. We're closing down to the end of this program here, and we're going to wrap it up soon. I have some interesting stories to tell you. Funny stories that have to do with Thanksgiving, and this is our share page story, so I'm going to bring this up right now so you can look at this. These are 7 true stories about Thanksgiving, and we're going to look at about 2 for the next days or so. So 7 of them plus 1 today. So we'll look at the first one today, and then 2 tomorrow, 2 on Thursday, and then 2 on Friday. Okay, so this is by Emily Goodman. This was updated on September 21st of 2021, and it says, these true stories of snafu past will make you laugh and breathe a little easier about your own Thanksgiving. And as you can see, the turkey is just like, what in the world is going on? See, there's a lot to love about Thanksgiving, but it can also be a stressful time. From cooking disasters to awkward family encounters, there's potential trouble at every turn. But if the holiday season is already raising your blood pressure, perhaps these stories of snafu past and the people who made it out of them will help to put it all in perspective. So the first story is like this. A little literal meltdown, titled, several years into our marriage, I hosted our first Thanksgiving dinner. I ran the dishwasher overnight, but it malfunctioned. And on Thanksgiving morning, I discovered that my plastic-handled flatware had melted into what looked like a display at the Museum of Modern Art. Luckily, the local houseware store was open. I bought replacements and ultimately did serve Thanksgiving dinner, albeit 2 hours late, but it was years before I hosted another major family gathering. And this was submitted by Michelle Harbor of Forest Hills, New York. And we'll look at 2 more tomorrow towards the end of the program. All right, now, of course, we have our motivation of the day. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at that, bring that up. So we'll keep this one in here. We'll star it. It's a very important one, so we'll bookmark it. I always bookmark ones so that way I don't have to worry about them later. And let's go ahead and scroll down. Come on. Oh, man. I don't like it when my bookmarks, they don't like to, there we go. All right, let's get it all the way down here. Okay, come on. You were there. Okay, let's go to the Daily Motivator. Bring that up. And, of course, Ralph Marston, our fantastic motivator today, will give us the motivation of the day. And here we go for today, November 21st, 2023. Today is the beauty of living. Unique beauty lives inside you. Bring some of it out into the world today. You carry possibilities around with you, and you encounter new possibilities everywhere you go. Through your efforts, enable those possibilities to interact and blossom. Transform their positive potential into valuable reality. It is never too early, never too late to bring new meaning and richness to life. Be true to the highest and best within you, and make good use of right now. You don't have to be rich or famous or clever to change the world for the better. You do it anytime you choose to act in accordance with what's true, what's real, what's good, and what's authentic. Give time and energy to all you love and care about. Reward your own life and your whole world with the beauty of living. Thank you, Ralph, for a fantastic ending to a great show today. All right. Well, now I have been told by our CEO that he wants to come on and promote some things. So for the last 6 minutes of our show tonight, I bring you and I invite you and give a warm welcome to the CEO of the David 3000 Network. Here is David St. Dennis.
Hello, Jason. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic, sir. And you thought you got me with the horn, did you not? Oh,
I thought I saw your eyes closed. I thought I did.
Yeah, my eyes closed, but only for a second, but I was not stuttering my words. That's okay. So take it away. If you'd like to put yourself on solo screen, you're more than welcome to it.
I'm fine with this, but I was surprised you're done with the article already. But
Yeah, they were short articles. Like I said, they're getting shorter and shorter, but they're more,
Yeah, you post them on Facebook anyway. So, if I recall, but anyway, so I like to promote some things that are coming this weekend. This Friday, as you know, 10,000 Hands is on the fall schedule. I've been taking a break from doing those episodes so that way I can focus on other projects and hopefully find more interviews. And I have 3 interviews for this Friday as part of the Thanksgiving Black Friday feast special, I guess you could say. I'm gonna start the interview with a friend of mine, who you will see in the promotions on the groups in the next day or so. And also another familiar face. Aaron Perry is going to be on the program that was recorded for Queens New Yorker, or right?
That was for the Legacy of Queens.
Legacy of Queens.
Yep.
So you'll be seeing that person on 10,000 Hangouts as well. Thanksgiving special there. And also at the end of the program, Chaser will be on because he requested to be part of that episode of Black Friday. Which, speaking of which, is a perfect timing because the morning after, actually the afternoon after at 12 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, will be the season 2 premiere of The Hidden Envelope, which we will be talking about that. Speaking of which, this weekend premieres the 3 shows of The Money Vault, The Hidden Envelope, and David's Punch a Punch. Season 2 premieres of all of those 3 shows will be starting this weekend. The Money Vault will be doing the Season 2 premiere at 1 o'clock this Friday, a new time change for that one. The other 2 still remains the same for the time schedule wise. For The Hidden Envelope at 12 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday for David's Punch a Punch. So what do you think of that?
Sorry. Let me put you back on. Hold on.
You're fine.
Okay, wait a
minute. You put yourself on solo layout.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
How do I get you back? Oh, there you go.
I can do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Please do. I was closing out the share screen. That's what I was trying to do, cleaning up a little bit.
The share screen was already off, but
yeah, but I wanted to just take it off down here on the bottom.
Oh, the banners. Oh,
yeah, the banner. Well, not the banner, but Well, now Brandon Bogard's like, oops. Yes, we're having these are live programs and nothing's ever scripted, and we just go with the flow. And if stuff happens, hey, it happens,
Yeah. But anyway, what do you think of the stuff coming up this weekend on the David Dyson Network?
Oh, it's looking pretty good. I tell you, we need to have a big you and me again, like giving you towards the end of the month. By the way, next December starts our first year, 1 year now that will be partners in the David 3000 Network thing here. And I just seen another subscriber, so we're at 1.15 now. Okay,
correct that. But
I don't know if you saw that, but I saw it on my last one there. I don't know if it was me that put it because of my new channel, which I'd like to promote as well too. But I'll do that on Friday night. So anything that Jamie wants to ask me, it's an open forum. And also too, we also have the recordings of Blockbusters and Joker's Wild starting next Monday, Cyber Monday, on the 27th at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock on Discord. So for our champions and contestants who want to be challengers against the champions, please make sure you tune in. Tell us whether you want to be on the show, but the champions need to report to Discord at 8 and 9 o'clock respectively. And I can give you the people who are part of that. It's Neil Sternitsky. Yep.
For what show?
For Blockbusters.
Okay.
And iHeart for Joker's Wild. Okay.
Yep.
So if you heard your name, you are to report.
Yep, and no games or tapings on the server this week due to the Thanksgiving, and also I did my 7,000 hangout stuff and other things, and Let's Talk Football tomorrow, which is also why those two reasons go along with also why I won't be backstage producing for the rest of the week. So I'll be back producing on Monday if everything goes to plan. Hopefully I won't get sick again, but that's
Don't jinx yourself on that one, there, bro.
I'm just saying that because it's the fall winter season coming up. So, and you're the one who told me I live in a cold environment. So
yeah, but cold. I used to live in a cold environment too, and I used to get very sick during the cold. And then when I went from hot to cold to hot, that's when I got sick, and I knew it. The rest of the time I was fine. In the summertime I was fine. When the seasons were actually like in the middle part of the seasons of each season, I was okay. But when that season started to change, the temperature is what got me sick.
For New York wise.
Yeah, for New York wise, because once your body adjusts to the temperatures and everything, you're okay. And then you wind up that hot to cold to hot, that fluctuation. That's what gets everybody vulnerable.
But in Florida, you don't have to worry about it because it's mostly raining all the time.
Well, right now we got a lot of rain the last couple of days, but today was very warm for a November week.
It's also warm a lot there, so.
Yeah, but I hear this Thanksgiving Day we're actually going to be in the 60s for highs and 40s for lows. I cannot wait. Can't wait for that. Oh, we have some comments from Brandon Bogard here. He says, last Wednesday I did a stream of a rundown of what's coming in the 2023 parade. Not just the balloons, but also the floats and the marching bands. Oh, okay, very good. I hope that works out for it. But like I said, folks, we're going to be doing just the balloons tomorrow, then the floats that have graced us with the presence of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tomorrow night at 9:00 on this channel, StreamYard, for Those Tears episode number 11. Yes. Anything else?
No, that's all I have to say as for what's coming up this weekend, and that'll be next time I see all of you folks will be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for Let's Talk Football, and hopefully Jason, I can see you there.
Yeah, I should be there for the Let's Talk Football. I have dinner at 6 now going on. I don't go out. I told my mom, I said, we have a schedule now of when we're going out to dinner, so it's not interfering with anything going on, so I don't have to rush home to get back to doing stuff. I said Wednesdays is not the night to go out for dinner because we've got football and then we got Wipe Those Tears, and it's like I'm here and I only get an hour and a half to eat, so that's like shoving food down your throat, and you don't want to do that. So I have a lot to talk about with the Jets tomorrow night, so I'm going to be fuming on tomorrow night's football.
You should be happy that Zach Wilson got benched yet again.
Zach Wilson, what a disgrace. Well, we'll talk about all of that tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. on StreamYard with the group, and hopefully those guys will stick around for Wipe Those Tears, and like Victor and Chester. Hopefully, he'll be coming on to do some of that too. Otherwise, I've got the three Stooges with me tomorrow night. And they love it, but we're not going to be doing NES games this week, folks. So we're taking a break and doing something a little different. So it'll be a normal Wipe Those Tears, but I can't wait till we finish these NES games. I really can't wait. It's been 7 weeks to the date, but we knew it was going to be a long one. We really did.
Yep.
All right, bro. Well, we also have to call a big meeting, like a StreamYard meeting eventually with Danny Lewis. And, of course, I haven't seen Brandon Martin in like 4 months.
Maybe we could do that next month.
Yeah, and then have it StreamYard so that everybody can come in and, so we have our monthly meeting and I can give you some statistics on views of shows and everything. And actually, let's try to see if we can work for the 2024 season of our fall season to try to get a research team to try to get views and statistics of that sort.
And my goal for next year also is not overwork myself because I've done that much in Moon or whatever, but I'm gonna try my best as for the schedule itself to have a setback, just a little bit in 2024 because, like I said, we can't do all things at once. We can't do multiple things at once. I gotta focus on one thing, one at a time, one step at a time.
That's right. And we have to have time for, work or for other things too. And we have to have time for sleep. And sometimes that gets interrupted as well too. So
And who knows? Maybe
we're
next
working
year.
with everybody,
And
So
maybe,
next year, yeah.
and maybe next year, who knows? I might get a job like in the later portion of 2024, but I'm not worried about that right now. But I'm just saying, if that comes into effect, then some of the shows that I do will be dramatically changed for the Game Show taping schedule.
But he'll still have his role as the head of the David 3000 Network. He might just give me more responsibilities while he's working during the daytime, because we're not here I'm not here during the daytime. I'm out there at 7 o'clock from 7 to 3 trying to get DoorDash and get time out there. So, or if I'm off on the 2 days that I'm off, which are going to be actually Thursday and Friday this week. Yeah, I've been working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, and then Saturday, Sunday because of the holiday. So I'm taking Thursday and Friday off from DoorDashing, but we'll be here for Thursday night and Friday, Black Friday, definitely. So
Yep. And one more question: do you consider 6 o'clock, as part of the evening time? Because people say it's 7, but I don't know because it gets dark around 6. I don't know. What do you think? Is it actually DoorDash is
DoorDash
one
is
of those
like
apps?
Uber Eats, Brandon. It's part of the gig economy where you get your food delivered, and not just pizza, but we do all sorts of things. We do shop and deliver. We do
Basically, employers on DoorDash go to different restaurants that people order the food from,
Yep.
and they bring it to the table at the
Mhm.
house.
Or if you're shopping for your pet and you order stuff, we go to PetSmarts. We do, supermarkets like Publix or with Dixie, Aldi's, Dollar General. You can you make them the shopping list. We can give you that and we can bring it to your door. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do DoorDash. I've been doing it for almost over 2 years now. So
Yep.
that's a full-time job, and that's why I'm not here at 7 o'clock. That's why we moved the show to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so that way I can come home and after 7 to 3 and still be with you here and have David here honk the horn just in case I need a.
And also, back to the question: do you think 6 o'clock is the start of the evening time, or?
I think so, because when I was living in New York, daylight savings time was actually 5 o'clock, and it started getting dark at 5. So by 6 o'clock, it was already evening time. Most of the time, people were eating dinner between 5 and 7. Because a lot of parents get home between 4 and 6 and have to cook dinner. So dinner can be anytime between 4 and 7. Of course, if you're going out to eat, the restaurants are always packed between 4 and 7 o'clock. But you never see a full crowd going in there until after 6 for some reason, because by the time they get ready to go and get there, it's already 6 o'clock.
Yeah, people get out of work around 5 o'clock or so they get home.
Most people do. Some people
Yeah.
get out at 4, but I've seen people as early as 3 because they got to go pick up their kids from school. So, but whatever the case may be, I know in New York, rush hour is always 5 o'clock.
Same here in Boston.
Yeah. 2 hours to get home, dinner at 7 o'clock, and then you will be passing out, and then you have to get up in the next morning and 12 hours later and do it all over again. So, yep. All right. Well, thank you. Yes, for coming on. And well, thank you again for another great show here. Tomorrow we will have, as I can pretty much tell you, we're going to have all the tips, tricks, and everything to make your Thanksgiving dinner, not just your Thanksgiving dinner, but your Thanksgiving day, a memorable one with friends and family. We'll give you some fantastic articles, plus some humor, as we got some more stories for tomorrow on the pre-Thanksgiving edition of David 3000's Network's DMS 3000 News Live. I'm Jason Icanio. This is episode 74 for tonight, and we are gone here. Have a great night. Remember, be honest, be real, and keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to the David Dyson Network for great more content like this one.